The highlights of today's defense news, 8th of August 25. India-Russia signs agreement to establish a modern wind tunnel facility and production of small aircraft piston engines in India. Indian Army inducts indigenous mechanical minefield marking equipment Mark II, MME Mark II made by BEML. Indian Navy launches advanced maritime information hub for Indian Ocean region. NSG to procure indigenous Ugram assault rifles in limited numbers. DIAT ramps up focus on semiconductor design, defense and space electronics, quantum tech in the wake of Op Sindoor. Indian Army awards 17 crore rupees contract to Lokesh machines for the supply of mod kits for 7.62 mmg. L&T partners with startup Green Aero to develop micro turbojet engines for powering military drones. Rolls-Royce Mulls setting up MRO for AE2100 engine operated by the Air Force. Agnikul Cosmos unveils world's largest single-piece 3D printed rocket engine, secures US patent. Hindustan Shipyard plans to build up first satellite shipyard in Andhra Pradesh. SAP opens new campus in Bangalore, its second largest R&D hub outside Germany. Titus 100G RCWS to undergo trials in Ladakh and Sikkim. Tombow Imaging unveils plans for Astra RCWS development. Core Energy Systems raises 200 crore rupees funding to boost India's nuclear and defense capabilities. Paras Defense and HPS GmbH partnered to advance self-reliance in cutting-edge space technologies. And in the global highlight, Australian firm Electro-Optic Systems wins contract for 100 kilowatt laser counter-drone system. A look at the news in detail. Let's begin with geopolitics. India and Russia have entered into a significant bilateral agreement aimed at enhancing aerospace research and manufacturing capabilities in India. The pact focuses primarily on establishing a modernized wind tunnel facility along with the production of small aircraft piston engines in India. The modernized wind tunnel facility under this agreement will serve as a critical infrastructure asset for testing and simulating aerodynamic properties of aircraft components at various speeds and conditions. Wind tunnels are essential for experimental aerodynamics, allowing researchers and manufacturers to evaluate the performance, stability, and safety of the aircraft design before proceeding to costly prototype stages. This agreement is expected to modernize India's capabilities in producing high-precision wind tunnel testing facilities, which historically have been pivotal in aerospace development. A wind tunnel enables testing scaled models to understand airflow behavior, forces, and other critical parameters, thereby reducing development risk and cost. Alongside the establishment of this advanced testing facility, the agreement includes setting up manufacturing for small aircraft piston engines in India. Piston engines are fundamental for powering small aircraft, including trainers, private planes, and light utility aircrafts. News from the forces. Indian Army has officially inducted the Indigenous developed mechanical minefield marking equipment Mark II, MME Mark II, manufactured by BEML. It fields with minimal human involvement, thereby significantly increasing operational safety for military personnel. Jointly developed by BEML and Pune-based Research and Development Establishment of DRDO, the equipment is constructed on a robust BEML Tatra 6x6 high mobility vehicle and integrates mechanical, pneumatic, electrical and electronic subsystems. This design ensures high versatility and adaptability for deployment in varied terrains, including plains, semi-deserts, and desert regions, particularly those bordering the Punjab plains and Rajasthan deserts, which are integral to India's defense strategy and often experience heightened military activity. It can mark or fence minefields at a minimum rate of 1.2 kilometers per hour with a standard inter-picket spacing of 15 meters. The inter-picket distance can be adjusted from 10 to 35 meters in 5-meter steps, enabling adaptable field marking as per tactical needs. Each picket is driven to a maximum depth of 450 mm, ensuring stability even in loose or challenging soil conditions. The system can store up to 500 pickets and carry 15 kilometers of polypropylene rope, maximizing operational endurance before requiring replenishment. A major highlight of this equipment is the reduction in human exposure to hazardous environments. By semi-automating the process of placing pickets and rolling out fencing rope, the MME Mark II minimizes the necessity for troops to manually handle dangerous components, thus mitigating operational risk during the critical task of minefield marking. Indian Navy inaugurated the newly constructed Information Fusion Center Indian Ocean region, bearing state-of-the-art infrastructure at Ugram on 7th of August. The facility was inaugurated by Vice Admiral Tarun Sopti, the Deputy Chief of Naval Staff. Established in 2018, the IFC IOR has grown into a vital regional maritime information hub, fostering collaboration, coordination, and commitment towards a common goal, which is ensuring maritime safety and security across the vast and dynamic Indian Ocean region. IFC IOR is a unique center where international liaison officers from partner nations collaborate to counter challenges to maritime safety and security. IFC IOR actively collaborates with 54 other maritime security constructs and another 28 partner countries towards ensuring a peaceful, stable, and prosperous IOR. The state-of-the-art infrastructure will facilitate hosting of international liaison officers from 26 partner countries and constructs, including IORA and DCOC. The presence of ILOs ensures prompt information sharing and expedites coordination of operational responses. In addition, the newly launched IFC IOR software Mantra, that is the Maritime Analytical Tool for Regional Awareness, will further strengthen maritime domain awareness by providing robust monitoring of commercial shipping activities throughout the region. The National Security Guard is set to procure the indigenous Ugram assault rifles chambered in 7.62 by 51 mm NATO caliber in limited quantities. The Ugram rifle is a state-of-the-art, fully indigenized weapon developed by ARDE Pune in partnership with Hyderabad-based private firm Dwipa Armor India Limited. Weighing less than 4 kilograms with a 20-round magazine, the rifle balances portability and lethality. The weapon fires the 7.62 into 51 mm cartridge, a NATO standard round that provides better stopping power and range compared to legacy 5.56 mm weapons previously in use by the forces. It has an effective firing range of approximately 500 meters, offers both single shot and full automatic firing modes, and features a rivet-free, robust design with a monolithic Picatinny rail for modern accessory mounting. Defense Institute of Advanced Technology DIAT has started a specialized program with another to be launched in semiconductor design and defense and space electronics. DIAT is also involved in niche and advanced research areas with key defense applications. One of them is free space high data laser communication. The Quantum Technology Group is also involved in key research, particularly quantum communication, quantum sensing, quantum computing, and quantum key distribution. A dedicated quantum research laboratory is set to be inaugurated. The quantum group is working on quantum sensors. There is ongoing research on photonics-based radars, which will make the systems compact and also give systems jamming immunity. Work is also being done on advanced materials for aircrafts and missiles. Indian Army has awarded a 17 crore contract to Hyderabad-based Lokesh Machines, a company currently under US sanctions, for the supply of mod kits for 7.62 mm medium machine gun. Lokesh Machines, founded in 1983, is a well-established manufacturer of CNC machines and has expanded into small arms manufacturing, notably developing the Indigenous submachine guns (ASME) for the Indian Army. This indigenous weapon was designed in collaboration with the Army and the ARDE Pune. eventually outperforming internationally renowned competitors. The recent contract for 7.62 mmg mod kits underlines the company's growing importance as a domestic defense supplier despite international challenges. News from the industry. Larsen & Toubro has entered into a strategic partnership with Hyderabad-based startup Green Aero to co-develop micro-turbojet engines. This collaboration, finalized in July 25, is set to equip high-speed unmanned aerial vehicles with domestically produced engines, marking a crucial step towards achieving self-reliance in critical aerospace technology. Larsen & Toubro's Precision Engineering and Systems division is a well-established supplier for the armed forces with over 3 decades of experience in providing complex systems for defense and aerospace. This new agreement combines L&T's extensive manufacturing expertise with the specialized propulsion knowledge of Green Aero, an emerging innovator in the aerospace field. Green Aero, founded in 2023, has rapidly made a name for itself in jet propulsion technology. The startup achieved a major technical milestone in May 25 with the successful test of a hydrogen-powered jet engine. While that project demonstrated its innovative capacity, this new venture with L&T will concentrate on creating conventional micro-turbojet engines specifically for military drones. These engines are essential for powering UAVs designed for high-speed surveillance, reconnaissance, and combat operations, requiring a high thrust-to-weight ratio for superior performance. The partnership will see L&T integrate these new Indian-made engines into its own range of tactical UAVs. L&T has already secured design approval from the Center for Military Airworthiness and Certification (CEMILAC), allowing it to produce advanced drones, including fixed-wing and vertical takeoff and landing models. The integration of indigenous engines is expected to significantly boost the performance of these platforms, particularly for missions conducted at high altitudes and over maritime domains. The goal is to produce compact and lightweight engines that rival global standards such as the PBS TJ150 engine, which can generate up to 1500 newtons of thrust. The resulting drones are projected to achieve speeds of approximately 450 kilometers per hour with an operational range of over 200 kilometers. Rolls-Royce is exploring potential opportunities for setting up maintenance, repair, and overhaul capability in India for AE2100 engine operated by the Air Force to support and sustain the fleet aligned with the India-UK Free Trade Pact. As India and UK a comprehensive economic and trade agreement comes into effect, Rolls-Royce said it plans to accelerate its aerospace and defense engagement with India. Among its areas of focus is the exploration of a MRO capability in India for AE2100 engine to support and sustain the fleet. Rolls-Royce had recently announced its intent to double its sourcing from India over the next 5 years. The company is exploring expansion of its supply chain base in India across its verticals, including for complex aero engine parts, in line with India's strategic focus on greater participation in global supply chains. The company also aims to bring more of its global technical expertise closer to the point of need, while also engaging and nurturing the local talent and supplier ecosystems through its collaborative partnerships in India. Now, some innovative technology. Chennai-based startup Agnikul Cosmos has announced the successful development of the world's largest single-piece 3D printed Iconel rocket engine, a global first in both scale and complexity. The breakthrough engine, printed in one go without any welds, joints, or fasteners, represents a revolutionary leap in additive manufacturing for aerospace. The new engine is a meter-long, single component, marking a significant advancement over its earlier upper-stage engines. Agnikul also announced it has been granted a US patent for the design and manufacturing process of single-piece rocket engines. This technological leap comes on the heels of another accomplishment, Agnikul's successful test firing of India's first electric motor-driven semi-cryogenic rocket engine, which will power its upcoming Agniban launch vehicle. The engine uses liquid oxygen and refined kerosene as propellants and replaces traditional gas generators and turbo pumps with electric motors for precise thrust control, offering a cleaner, more controllable alternative. Hindustan Shipyard is set to expand its operations by establishing its first satellite shipyard in Andhra Pradesh. The 85-year-old defense public sector undertaking, headquartered in Vishakhapatnam, is exploring potential sites in Mullapeta of Srikakulam district and Kakinada port for the new facility. The shipyard is currently engaged in major naval projects including the landing platform dock, mine countermeasure vessels, and next-generation water-jet fast attack craft. The proposed satellite shipyard is expected to be located near emerging ports and will include facilities such as floating dry dock for both construction and repairs of ships. While the command, design, and supply chain operations will remain centered in Vishakhapatnam, the satellite shipyard is expected to enhance HSL's production capacity and support decentralized operations. SAP opened its new campus in Bangalore, marking it as the company's second largest R&D hub outside the headquarters in Germany. The India Innovation Park, as it is called, is located in Devanahalli in the northern part of the city. The 41-acre campus will be developed in multiple phases. Currently, 27 acres have been built and are operational. Once the entire facility is complete, it will have the capacity to accommodate up to 14,000 people. At present, 3,200 SAP employees have already moved in, and an additional 4,500 employees are expected to relocate during the first phase. The phase 2 of the campus has already been approved, and construction will begin soon, with a targeted completion by the of quarter 3 of 2028. The total cost of building the campus exceeds 194 million euros. This is SAP's second campus in Bangalore, with the first located in Whitefield area of the city. Software maker SAP is the latest major tech company to expand in India and increase its footprint in Bangalore, now the world's fourth largest tech cluster after Silicon Valley, Boston, and London. Earlier this year, Google opened its new campus in Bangalore, while Microsoft is setting up its largest R&D center in Noida. More and more tech companies are expanding their presence in India by setting up their research and development centers or global capability centers, GCCs. Bangalore is home to 875 GCCs and accounts for 34% of India's GCC workforce. According to a report by IT industry body NASCOM and consulting firm Zinnov, released late last year, the market size of India's GCC sector is expected to grow from $64 billion in fiscal 24 to between 99 billion and 105 billion by 2030. In March, SAP became Europe's most valuable listed company, overtaking French luxury group LVMH and Ozempic maker Novo Nordisk in market capitalization after pivoting its business towards cloud computing and seizing opportunities in artificial intelligence. SAP generates the majority of its revenue from cloud services and is focused on leveraging AI to drive efficiencies for businesses. The company offers enterprise products across cloud solutions, expense management, supply chain management, and analytics. SAP has over 17,000 employees spread across Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai, Hyderabad, and Delhi. The 53-year-old German technology company has over 40% of its global R&D force in India. Core Energy Systems, a Mumbai-based engineering firm with around 25 years of experience in India's nuclear sector, has successfully raised 200 crore rupees in a fresh funding round. The investment was led by ace investors Pankaj Prasoon and Ashish Kacholia, along with the consortium of strategic investors aligned with India's long-term national goals. The funds will be utilized to expand Core's infrastructure, manufacturing and RCD capabilities, strengthening its capacity to deliver large-scale nuclear projects in alignment with India's nuclear energy roadmap. This investment will accelerate Core's expertise in precision nuclear engineering and the high-tech manufacturing of critical equipment and components. Notably, it will also reinforce efforts supporting India's small modular reactor and Bharat modular reactor programs. Hyderabad-based deep tech startup EON Space Labs has raised $1.2 million in a pre-Series A round led by MGF Kavach. HHV Advanced Technologies has also joined in as an investor and long-term strategic partner. The funding will be used to scale manufacturing of EON's AI-driven electro-optical and infrared payloads, expand the engineering team, and support upcoming product launches. Additionally, it is also gearing up for the launch of its first ultra-lightweight space telescope MIRA by the end of 2025. Founded in 2022 by Sanjay Kumar, Puneet Badeka, and Manoj Kumar Gadam, EON is building miniaturized high-resolution imaging systems for use in satellites, drones, and aerial systems and fixed ground platforms. The startup claims that MIRA will be the lightest high-resolution space telescope designed and manufactured in India, enabled by innovations in miniaturized optical design that reduce size and weight by up 3 to 4 times without compromising on image quality. Parallelly, the team is also preparing to launch 4 new variants of its Lumira EO IR imaging systems designed for long-range detection of humans, vehicles, threats, and UAVs through drone and ground-based surveillance platforms. The startup is also building global partnerships to tap international markets with multiple commercial orders already secured following successful proof of concept demonstrations. The variants will target up to 85% of the use cases in the global EO/IR surveillance market, currently valued at $11.09 billion as of 2025, as per an EY report. Paras Defense and Space Technologies has signed a teaming agreement with Germany-based High Performance Space Structure Systems (HPS GmbH). Under this agreement, Paras and HPS GmbH will collaborate exclusively in the Indian region to co-develop and supply advanced unfurlable deployable antenna reflector subsystems for space applications. At the heart of this partnership is the co-development of advanced technologies that are folded during the launch and automatically expanded once in orbit, enabling satellites to effectively transmit and receive signals. The agreement covers several key components: reflector and arm assemblies, hold down release mechanisms, deployment electronics, and thermal hardware. These are vital for ensuring successful satellite deployment and for sustaining performance under extreme space conditions. In the global news, Australian defense firm Electro-Optic Systems has secured a $83 million order for the production and supply of a laser-based counter-drone system. An unidentified European NATO country has placed an order for a 100 kilowatt class system with delivery expected between 2025 and 2028. The contract includes spare parts, training, and documentation. Delivery will take place from Singapore, where EOS has a laser innovation center. Now, some global technology, making smart munitions smart again. As modern military confront increasingly electronic warfare saturated battlefields, Omer Sharar, the co-founder and CEO of Infinidome, says an opening in providing anti-jam capabilities to increasingly small platforms like drones and eventually GPS guided munitions themselves to make smart munitions smart again is the call of the hour. You can get a small handheld jammer on a random Chinese website that can kill GPS signals for hundreds of meters or take down UAVs from kilometers away. That is the jamming threat. It is like in cyber with a denial of service attack. When you flick the switch on, nothing has a GNSS signal. Beyond jamming, there's also spoofing, the tactic of feeding false locations and navigation information into a platform, a tactic that often spills out beyond the battlefield. It can happen in a blunt way, throwing you off track by tens or thousands of kilometers, or it can be delicate, drifting your positioning, which is more dangerous because it's harder to recognize. The fact is that some GNSS signals are incredibly weak. By the point they are received on the earth by an iPhone or an autonomous vehicle, They are as weak as a 20-watt light bulb in California trying to receive it in New York. Because the signals are weak, it is easy to disrupt them. The biggest problem Israel had was not red jamming from the enemy, but it was blue by the IDF. This could be true for any force. Defense firms the world over are developing navigation systems that don't rely on satellite navigation, whether by using AI to aid in visual or gravitational navigation, or even returning to wire guided missiles. Larger airborne systems like Category 5 drones, for example, also carry tech that harden the link to satellite navigation systems. The more you pay, the better backup to GPS you have. It's just backup. As a function of time, though, you start losing where you are. We use a technology called null steering. It has been on large anti-jamming solutions on US DoD or Israel Directorate of Defense Research and Development, and they are big and expensive and protect helicopters and fighter jets and battleships when weight and size and power consumption and power price do not matter. Infinite Dome is building a module that sits like a filter between the receiver and antennas. We don't need special antennas or receivers. Whatever GPS receiver you are using, disconnect the antenna and connect to our box. We combine with antennas to get a new receiving pattern, all meant for small platforms. The company is looking smaller to technology that can fit on 155 artillery munitions, the kind used so much in the Ukraine conflict that it's created a global shortage. We hope you enjoyed all the technological news and the news from the industry. Please do subscribe to our channel and we will be glad to take your feedback. Thank you.